You know what he did. You know what, I ain't gotta tell you, you know what he did. The one person, the one loss that Joseph Parker has that was a knockout happened to who? Joe Joyce, the same man that Zhang beat twice. Now, this is boxing, not mathematics. So just because Boxer A beats Boxer B and Boxer B beats Boxer C, that does not necessarily mean that Boxer A will also be Boxer C.
What the hell does that even mean?
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man.
So let's break it down for you. So Boxer A would be Zhang. Right? Boxer B would be Joe Joyce. Boxer C would be Joseph Parker. Just because Zhang beats Joyce and Joyce beats Parker, that doesn't mean that Zhang will also beat Parker. However, styles do make fights. And stylistically, I think Zhang gonna feed Joseph Parker that bang. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Pause. You see what I'm saying? There's been a lot of crazy little zesty statements lately. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't doing it on purpose. It's not intentional. I'm just trying to feed this information to you. You know what I'm talking about?
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dr. PG NGM, praise God and get money. Back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Hey, are we here with another boxing prediction? Hey, yes, we're gonna turn off the notifications. But before we do, well, I just did. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You know, hit that bell so you get notifications as well. Don't forget to like the video for your boy, man. We growing it up and coming. I'm telling you, we coming quick. You know,
and I'm the quickest one out there. You know what I'm saying? I be pumping it out there, baby. I'll pop, pop, pop.
Exactly. A quick pumper.
Pause. But we're moving on up quickly is what I tried to say.
Nigga, you gay.
That was crazy, but you know what I'm saying. So today, as you can see right there, we're going to talk about Knockout Chaos. You know, the imminent battle between the two titanous kaijus monsters that are Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua, man. They're gonna come to a showdown, man. Two beasts. You know, we have some other beasts that we gonna focus on, but you know, we have them coming up in March 8th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Look, we all love heavyweights everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And but I'm not gonna drop a prediction on them. The focus is gonna be actually on Big Bang Zhang and Joseph Parker. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in this battle right here, we know it's Francis Ngannou. He's not really a boxer. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Anthony Joshua is the favorite in this battle, rightfully so. And you know, it's more so with this only being Francis Ngannou's second boxing fight. You know, his first was the famous one or infamous one against Tyson Fury. And we already know the theme. The theme of it is going to be that Francis Ngannou is going to try to land a big shot. And Anthony Joshua is going to try to make sure that he don't get chin checked. You know, say that he doesn't get chin checked, and how he does that, he's going to try to execute that by, you know, implementing the game plan of trying to keep enough pressure on him and enough elusiveness and evasion to stop Francis Ngannou from getting off a good, powerful, or connected with a good shot. So that's what it is, man. You know, there's nothing more to it than that. So I'm not gonna drop a prediction on that. You know, I'm gonna bet on Ngannou since the odds are in my favor. You know, to bet on Ngannou, you know, you get the most bang for your buck because Anthony Joshua is the favorite, and I'm not sure if he could withstand the Ngannou pressure for the full duration of a heavyweight battle. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm gonna say on that one. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this, which is Zhilei Zhang versus Joseph Parker. We're gonna start off with let's see, we're gonna do the good and the bad of both. You know, we're gonna start off with Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I know a lot of people get mad at me, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really impressed with Joseph Parker. To me, yes, Joseph Parker, we're gonna start off with the we're gonna start off with the good though. We're gonna start off with the good. Joseph Parker has just acquired and has sought the training of Andy Lee. You know, Andy Lee was a great fighter. I loved him as a fighter. And him now he has transitioned to his career as his post-fighting career to a position of a trainer, and he's training Joseph Parker. And Joseph Parker has looked good, you know, since he's been with Andy Lee. However, you know, I think it's a small sample size that we have to deal with, and you know, but he did beat Deontay Wilder. You know, they implemented a game plan to nullify that right hand, and they executed that game plan. That's the good. However, the bad is that I'm not convinced. Joseph Parker to me is the same Joseph Parker. I think that Deontay Wilder, any honest person knows that wasn't Deontay Wilder in his prime. Yes, Deontay Wilder's not the best boxer, but what did Deontay Wilder use throughout his career to be a great champion boxer? right? He used his right hand and his athleticism. We didn't see any of that during this fight against Joseph Parker. So yes, while Joseph Parker, this was his best win, it was against Deontay Wilder, who was only Deontay Wilder by name only. We know he's been on a decrease and a decline, and it's crazy to me because people say, oh, Deontay Wilder is a bad fighter, he's a fraud. How can you be a champion and only lose to Tyson Fury prior to Joseph Parker, of course? Tyson Fury to me is the best heavyweight of this era, this current era. And how can you only lose to Tyson Fury and fight a trilogy if you're really a fraud? So yeah, everybody doesn't have the same strengths. He's not a good boxer. Fundamentally, he's terrible. But he had his equalizer, his right hand, and that's what he used. You know, and he used the most of his talent to maximize his talent and got to the best. We should celebrate him. But you know what? I have something I want y'all to listen to, because y'all don't believe me when I say Deontay Wilder was a shell of himself against Joseph Parker. Let's see what Big Bang Zhang had to say about Joseph Parker's win against Deontay Wilder. Let's check it out right here on the screen. Bring it up.
Motivation. Yeah. Also, he has been very good last year. So was his opponent, Joe Parker. What does he make of his performance against Wilder last time?
Listen to what he says now. This is not me. Of course, it's going to have to be translated. You know that.
Look at Deontay Wilder. He fought basically 1 round in 2 years. Inactivity plays a big part of it. When you look at Joe, he's been active. He's been fighting. So that's what it comes down to.
Exactly. You heard what he said. That's what it comes down to. He's been active and he has been fighting. That's the truth. So when I say it, people get mad at me, but that's what pros say, you know, active pros and inactive pros, you know, like Hall of Fame fighters like Antonio Tarver and boxing analysts all over. They acknowledge Deontay Wilder's lackluster performance and the fact that it didn't really look like him. So I have a question. So people say that, oh, Joseph Parker, no one said Joseph Parker was good until he beat Deontay Wilder, but everybody says Deontay Wilder is bad. So how can you be considered good because you beat a bad fighter? How does that make sense? You know what it means? It means that you're that is completely oxymoronic. If you're a bad fighter, how can somebody who beat you be considered good because they beat you and you're bad? So it doesn't really make sense. But anyway, like I said, Joseph Parker, he's still the same fighter to me that lost to Joe Joyce, Dylan White, and Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I think that he has improved, yes. But has he improved that much to be considered a good fighter? All of a sudden, I still think he's like a mediocre heavyweight. But that's just my opinion. So let's move on to Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang, I will say that, you know, he's kind of similar to Wilder, in fact, as when it comes to age. You know, so Deontay Wilder, like we just talked about with Joseph Parker, who's Joseph Parker's best win, you know, Deontay Wilder is a shell of himself that probably should retire. Deontay Wilder is 38 years old, so he's older. And then also couple that with he has nearly 50 fights. I think he has 48 or 49 fights off the top of my head. Don't quote me, but I think it's 48 fights. But you'll say, well, that's a you can say the same thing for Zhilei Zhang. The correlation as far as age goes, yes, Zhilei Zhang is, I think, 40 or 41. So they're both up there in age, him and Deontay Wilder. However, Zhilei Zhang's ring age, his boxing age, is barely half of what Deontay Wilder is. I think Zhilei Zhang only has 27 fights, if I'm not mistaken. I think he only has 27 or 28 fights. So he doesn't have that many fights, you know, when compared to Deontay Wilder's ring age. So yes, he's old physically. He's older physically, not old. He's just older physically. But his ring age, which you have to account for, is low. Deontay Wilder had the best or the worst of both worlds, if you want to say. He was 38 and he had nearly 50 fights with, of course, a trilogy, which takes a lot out of you with Tyson Fury. So that's the negative on Zhilei Zhang, and that's the only negative that I can think of. The fact that he's a little over the hill a little bit. But like I said, the caveat to that and the upside to that is that he doesn't have that many fights. Man, Zhilei Zhang only has 1 loss, and really some people think that he could have won that. If my recollection serves me correctly, his fight was against his fight was against Filip Hrgović. That's no question. But I remember seeing that fight, and I remember having Hrgović winning. It was a very close fight, but I thought Hrgović, the right person, won, which he did. You know, but a lot of people say, hey, Zhang could have won that. They feel like Big Bang Zhang won that, and I remember it being close, but I'd have to go watch it again to see if I could give it to Zhang. I'm not sure about that, but I remember it being a close fight, and I wouldn't be mad if it went either way. But Hrgović won, and I thought rightfully so. So my point of bringing that up is that Zhang is 26-1. He has 1 draw as well, but he's 26-1. You know, 26 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. You could argue that he could be undefeated right now. You see what I'm saying? So I think Zhang, you know, and also another thing in Zhang's favor is that Joe Joyce, who Zhang knocked out not once, but twice. Well, to be fair, one was a KO, the other one was a TKO. The second one was a KO, I believe, and the first one was a TKO stoppage. So a technical knockout. However, guess what Joe Joyce did to Joseph Parker? You know what he did. You know what, I ain't gotta tell you, you know what he did. The one loss that Joseph Parker has that was a knockout happened to who? Joe Joyce, the same man that Zhang beat twice. Now, this is boxing, not mathematics. So just because Boxer A beats Boxer B and Boxer B beats Boxer C, that does not necessarily mean that Boxer A will also be Boxer C. So let's break it down for you. So Boxer A would be Zhang. Right? Boxer B would be Joe Joyce. Boxer C would be Joseph Parker. Just because Zhang beats Joyce and Joyce beats Parker, that doesn't mean that Zhang will also beat Parker. However, styles do make fights. And stylistically, I think Zhang gonna feed Joseph Parker that bang. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Pause. You see what I'm saying? There's been a lot of crazy little zesty statements lately. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't doing it on purpose. It's not intentional. I'm just trying to feed this information to you. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going with Zhang, me personally. I think Zhang is the favorite. So if you want to go, I think betting odds go. I think Zhang is the favorite in this fight. So you get more bang out of your buck for going for betting on Joseph Parker. But I'm going to go with Zhang because it's not worth the risk. The only reason why I said I'm going to go with I think it's worth the risk with Ngannou because, you know, I really feel like that's a 50-50 fight. Zhang, I really think Zhang wins. I lean about, I'll say about 70% to 30% Joseph Parker. I got 70% chance that Zhang's going to win, in my humble opinion. Now, what that said, do I think betting for Joseph Parker is a bad look? No, I think it's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker does have some things in his favor. You know what I'm saying? I think his movement's a little better than Parker. I'm sorry, Parker's better than Parker. I think his movement's a little better than Zhang's. You know, I don't think his power is up there with Zhang. But, you know, if Andy Lee could implement a game plan like everybody says he did against Wilder, then, you know, he should be good, you know. But I just don't think, I just don't believe in that, you know, as much as the rest do. I could be wrong, you know, but my record right now is impeccable, man. You know, we called Bam Rodriguez beating Sonny Edwards down to the round weeks before. Same with who else we called down to the round? It was a knockout. We called that right down to the round again. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, man. You know, we did get Michaela Mayer versus Natasha Jonas wrong, but we all know that Michaela Mayer was robbed. So really, I feel like I got that one right, but we were robbed because Michaela Mayer beat Natasha Jonas, in my opinion. But technically, we got that wrong, and I'm not gonna get everything right, but you know, I will put my best foot forward. I love boxing. I watch a lot of fights. And, you know, that's what I do, man. You hypothesize. And that's what a hypothesis is. It's an educated guess. And me having my PhD, boy, I'm going to give you this education. You feel me? I'm definitely going to make my educated guess. So that's what I have, man, for this weekend. You know, I got Big Bang Zhang beating Joseph Parker. Let me say, I will say by 10th round stoppage, in my opinion. I think you're gonna stop him in 10 rounds. Again, I'm going with Ngannou over Joshua. And yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm trying to give y'all this news, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, I'm not gonna lie, I really think that Big Bang Zhang versus Anthony Joshua is gonna be I think Big Bang Zhang versus Big Bang Zhang versus Joseph Parker is gonna be better than Anthony Joshua versus Ngannou, in my humble opinion. That's what I think, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always, man. Let's go. Hit him with the bang. We out. God bless. Remember, with God you can do anything. Without God we are nothing. Peace. Love y'all, man.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.